That's why my choice for haunted object was Robert the doll.
Yes, that's such a good one. Talk about creepy.
Creepy. Which, you know, he's like pretty banged up these days. I can't
Yeah.
imagine that that's how he's always looked, but I
Oh,
don't think that there's necessarily earlier photos of him. I mean, obviously, we'll share what we can, but the pictures that you will see of him now, he is like, he's a little boy, like doll. And he's got, people say his hair almost looks real. I think it's kind of a light blondish color. He's wearing a sailor suit, and he's got like a nub of a nose. I mean, it's basically just like two pinholes.
mm.
And then he's got black eyes,
Ugh.
and he's covered in like I said, now he's covered in these like little nicks all over his body.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if at one point he was all new and fresh, but he's like all beat up now.
I think he's always looked old, just like Tommy Lee Jones.
I love Tommy Lee Jones.
I do too, but he's always looked the
He's
same.
always looked a little weathered, yeah.
Just like this doll. Oh my God.
No, these days you'll see an image of him like holding some other toy. It's
Yeah,
I
like a
think now
stuffed
he might have
bear.
a doll. Yeah, there's
Oh,
the one with the bear, but I think even the bear must have got old and weathered, so they've changed it out to a dog now. I mean, like he's got to have his toys, you know.
that would be weird to see Robert the doll holding a miniature version of Robert the doll.
I wonder if he'd like that or dislike it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hmm. So, for those of you that don't know the story, Robert the Doll was a gift to Robert Eugene Otto in the early 1900s for his fourth birthday. The story of who gifted Robert to Jean is what he went by, not Robert. Now, there is some stories out there saying that he went by Robert until he got Robert the Doll, and Robert the Doll got his name, and then he said, well, now I have to be called Jean. That's what Robert tells me.
Oh, that's kind of
Like
messed
he
up.
stole his name. Now,
Yeah.
whether that is real story or not, but that is one that you will hear out there.
Okay.
The kid into adulthood did go by the name of Jean.
Mm.
So the story, like I was saying, the story of who gifted Robert to Jean changes depending on who you ask. One of the spicier versions of the story is that it came from one of the family's dismissed maids or servants that gave Robert the doll after being moved to create it when she was angry with the boy's parents over mistreatment. Like some people say that they were really shitty to their servants. And so she got dismissed or fired for some reason. And then she's like, I'm going to show you. And she made the doll and then gave it to him. And she told them that she was trying to like make good with them, but really she just wanted to give them this cursed ass doll.
Yeah, you don't fucking piss off the hired help. That's just like telling the cook that your food sucks. They're just gonna go take it back and spit in it. You just
Or
play
worse.
nice
Yeah.
and then peacefully say goodbye.
There's also stories that she's a Haitian woman, so she has certain cultural things that she does as rituals, and that she was
Wow.
caught doing one of those in front of the kids, and the mom flipped out and fired her. So then she made this doll.
Okay.
But again, we just described Robert to you. He's not quite a simple design. How you could just craft this up in no time and take it back to your boss while you're still angry doesn't make sense.
It's not like your average puppet.
No, he doesn't look like a voodoo doll or anything like that. He looks like a legit doll. So
Yeah.
this would take some time. Plus, many people have researched the story and found out that Robert looks very much like this German doll that was made over in Germany. And Jean's grandfather was a wealthy doctor from Germany who lived in Florida, but he traveled back home a lot. Now, the only difference is Robert is like much larger than those dolls that were being made. So a lot of people think that he was like a store display for the doll company.
Oh, crazy.
That's why it would have took some money to go and buy the display. You know what I mean?
And I hate it for that department store because it would have been cursed. Don't buy it. Was that a Dillards? Where was that doll on display?
Dillards are
Holy
so
crap.
sad. That would make so much sense.